Ladies and gentlemen, we did it.
We did it, Joe.
The writer's strike is finally over. After months of picketing, chanting for more wages, and shutting down Hollywood, the WGA and the big Hollywood studios have come to terms on a brand new deal for these writers.
No! No!
I know, I'm a little late to the party talking about this, but I am relieved, honestly. I mean, thank the heavens. Because guys, do you realize how much content we would have been deprived of? I mean, just a couple months missed of all this great quality content being put out by Hollywood is enough for me. But imagine if it went even longer. Imagine if it went on for years. Guys, we dodged a bullet on this one. We could have missed another another reimagining of a cult classic. We could have missed multiple sequels to franchises that people beloved. And guys, most importantly, we could have missed all those powerful, wonderful lgbtqia Disney++ stories these writers were creating. So yeah, guys, I am excited that the writers are back to creating masterpieces. God help us all. Anyways, what better way to celebrate this glorious and wonderful news than by kicking it back and having a couple beers with your bros. This comes to us from the LA Times. At the local rally on Sunday, just after 8 p.m., a group of 50 writers at the small bar on Pico Boulevard happily lined up for drinks and gathered together for group hugs and selfies, with some of the writers dressed in WGA t-shirts. So this seems like a bunch of theater kids going to a local Denny's right after their show. Tell me more, it's good for fight. I mean, there had to have been some sort of karaoke at this party, right? Writers told the Time they were relieved that a deal was struck Sunday evening. They also expressed gratitude for the friendships they formed on the picket lines over the last 4.5 months. It's not about the destination, guys. It's about the friendships we made along the way. Olga Excel, a writer on TV show Cobra Kai, had joined the WGA in February before going on strike in May and becoming a strike captain. Wow, just like that. Promoted in the ranks. It's the most surreal feeling in the entire world. I was in the writer's room for 13 weeks, and we've been on strike for 21 or 22. It's wild, she said as her cell phone blew up with friends sending cash through the Venmo app to treat her to congratulatory drinks. I mean, of course, guys. These people deserve to be rewarded for their bravery. They stood out in the hot sun for hours upon hours, demanding better pay. I mean, if it was up to me, they would be honored at the White House, with Joe Biden giving them the Medal of Honor. Seriously, this whole strike was so dumb. And let's be completely honest with each other here, all right? No one cared. Did anyone notice that the writers were on strike after the first couple of weeks? I'm not even sure if we're even gonna notice how this strike affected television and movies, because television and movies right now are already some of the worst written stories we've gotten in ever. Back in the 2007-2008 strike, you did see a significant drop in writing because they were actually producing well-written movies before they went on strike. But now they've written terrible movies before, and they're gonna get paid more to write more terrible movies. We get constant reboots or reimagining or expanded universes that no one asked for. Or we get half-assed written scripts where the only point of the entire story is to make you see that the character is gay.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it!
I think it's super hilarious that one of the main complaints in this whole strike from the writers is that these studios are going to use AI to write scripts for them. And it's super funny because I feel like these writers are already doing that. For me, it seems like these writers are just putting their ideas into ChatGPT and just copy and pasting it onto their screenplays. If these studios do want these writers back, which they clearly do, then you would think they would come to an agreement about, hey, maybe you should produce better stories, better scripts for us. But I don't think that's ever going to happen because of today's society. A society built on nostalgia, and that's right where they're going for. They want to take something in the past and just crush it and ruin it. Like this, for example. From global news, fire up those George Foreman grills in celebration, folks. It looks like The Office could make its way back to the small screen.
Why? Why?
Personally, I think The Office is a fantastic TV show, one of its kind. And I don't think it needs any more addition or recreation. It just needs to be let alone for everyone to see. But like I said, we live in a society where people can't stand that. They have to take it and put their own shit into it and just completely ruin the essence of that thing. But besides remakes and horribly written stories, the writer's strike is also bringing back another big component to modern media. That's right, folks. We are finally getting back the late night shows. Who's excited? I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I love the late night shows. Man, I'm really glad these shows are coming back. Looks fun. Now, during the writer's strike, the late night show hosts all shut down their productions because they can't run without their writers. I mean, how are they supposed to have a 10-minute opening monologue without 50 writers to write okay jokes? Now, it's actually interesting because in this hiatus, all the late night show hosts decided to start their own podcasts. They started the Strike Force 5 with Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, and John Oliver.
One more time, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon.
I'm Stephen Colbert.
I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I thought when you said Jimmy, you meant me, Jimmy, but you meant Jimmy.
I always mean you.
But when you say Seth Meyers, who do you mean?
I mean John Oliver.
That makes
It's the
sense.
five of us together for maybe an hour a day.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Did anyone actually watch this? If I had to guess, I would probably have to say no. I will give them credit, okay? You have to give credit where credit's due. They did make 9 episodes, and that's way more than the average group of guys starting a podcast about sports. But that's in the past, okay? We are back on set, cracking jokes about whatever just happened.
The WGA strike is over, but how did they deal with the AI issue? Oh, I see. Artificial intelligence can be used, but it can't be credited as a writer or be a source of literary material. That makes sense. Why did that take 5 months?
Even though the writers are back in their prime right now, we are still waiting to see what happens with the actors. I mean, it's been so long since I've been told I'm a white misogynist by hating a character in a TV show by these people who make millions of dollars. And I kind of miss it. Apparently they are very close to striking a deal with the studios. So guys, Hollywood will be back, okay? Back on the grind, back on the train tracks to making trash. But of course, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the writers coming back and writing terrible movies again? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.